Want to expand the reach of your content? Start a podcast. Feature industry experts on your show and leverage the influence and reach of your guests to grow your brand. Learn more at sweetfishmedia.com.
You're listening to the B2B Growth Show, a podcast dedicated to helping B2B executives achieve explosive growth. Whether you're looking for techniques and strategies or tools and resources, you've come to the right place. I'm James Carberry.
And I'm Jonathan Green.
Let's get into the show. Welcome back to the B2B Growth Show. We are here today with Steve Benson. He is the CEO of Badger Mapping. Steve, how are you doing today?
Fantastic, James. Thanks for having me.
I am really excited to chat with you, Steve. So we were talking offline. It just got me really excited about the topic we're going to be covering today. We're going to be talking about the key performance indicators that you should be measuring your marketers based off of. So what are the key activities that marketers need to be doing that can be measured, and so that you can actually tell and tangibly see marketing's impact on revenue in your organization? And so before we get into that, though, Steve, first, can you tell our listeners a little bit about Badger Mapping and what you guys are all about?
Yeah, sure. So what Badger Maps does is we help field salespeople be more successful with their time in the field. We do a bunch of busy work for them and kind of make we give them tools and capabilities that make them more efficient when they're out there. So helping them have an efficient route and plan for the day, helping them focus on the right customers, and helping them collect information and send it back to the systems that their companies want it sent to in an automated fashion so that they don't have to do it all by hand. So basically just making a salesperson more effective and sell more.
I love it. So Steve, you're obviously the CEO of Badger Maps, and so you're keeping both the sales team accountable for results, but also you're keeping your marketing team accountable to results. And so can you talk about, what are some of the KPIs that you have established in your marketing organization at Badger Maps that are really helping that team drive results that actually map to revenue?
Sure. So yeah, my role, as I'm the CEO, but I really focus on the business side of the business and product and engineering. I don't guide their day-to-day behavior. I kind of help set the strategy, but on a day-to-day basis, my hands are all over the sales and marketing and recruiting and HR sides of the company, as opposed to the product and the engineering. So yeah, I actually, at this point, I spend just as much time on marketing as I do on sales. Although sales is my background and has always been my passion. My whole career prior to this was in field sales. But when it comes to KPIs for a marketing team, I think the key is to have alignment between your sales and your marketing team, and your KPIs need to reflect that. The way I believe that you get a sales and marketing team in alignment is that you measure the marketing team on what is important to the sales team. The way you do that is what if you were to ask the sales team, what do you want from the marketing team? What's important to you from and they would say, well, I want them to give me good leads. And how many good leads? Well, as many as possible, because how much would I like to sell? I would like to sell as much as possible. And so I think the best KPI and really the ultimate KPI that you're asking for that you should be asking your marketing team to stay focused on is how many marketing qualified leads are you passing to the salespeople on a weekly or a monthly basis. I measure it weekly. And I also measure it monthly, but it's that cadence of are we growing our number of marketing qualified leads month over month, and by what percentage, and what is it this week? And I guess you can break it up into all the different places that the marketing qualified leads are coming from, and obviously, but really it's that by focusing on the sum number, you get the marketing team to focus on their activities, on what the places in the organization and the places in the soft spots, really. You get them to focus on where they can create what activities that they can do that will generate the most marketing qualified leads.
Got it. And Steve, how do you define the difference between a marketing qualified lead and a sales qualified lead?
Well, I think a marketing qualified lead is someone who has performed an action that would that means it's time for the marketing team to get the sales team involved and pass the baton on that particular lead. So someone is not a marketing qualified lead if they sign up for your newsletter. That's not time for the salesperson to call them. That's time for them to receive some emails. But if someone signs up for a trial, now it's time for the salesperson to call them. Now, a salesperson might want to be looking at and seeing, hey, there's several people from this company, or hey, this person from this company who has this title has signed up for this, so that I'm interested in that. But it's not yet a buying signal; it's an interest signal. So a marketing qualified lead is someone who has taken an action that means it's time for the sales. It's time to flag the sales team to get involved, and now. And the sales team accepts that lead and says, "Yeah, I'm interested in this." If the marketing team walked down and said, "Hey, we just downloaded this list of 10,000 random people off the internet, and we think some people in here would be good leads for us," those don't count as 10,000 marketing qualified leads. It has to be something that like the salesperson would say, "Oh yeah, I want that one. That's good." In our organization, it's a marketing qualified lead if the person has signed up for a free trial of our product or asked to speak to sales, indicated that they want to be contacted.
So if somebody were to, sign up, they're on your email list, they sign up for a webinar, that doesn't necessarily, make them an MQL.
Right.
It's not until they sign up for a free trial or ask to contact sales that they are tagged as an MQL in the system.
Yeah, and marketing could see, hey, this guy signed up for a free trial. And everyone that signs up for a free trial, we make sure to ask them, would you like to talk to a salesperson? Would you like to do a free trial? And if their answer is no to both those questions, then it's not a sales qualified lead. It's not a marketing qualified lead. It's not time to pass it to sales. And a sales qualified lead is I guess that's more of an opportunity that in kind of the way I look at it, the salesperson is saying, "Hey, there's something here. I want to put this on the list of deals I'm working. This is a live deal."
Got it. And so beyond that, kind of looking at the sum total of marketing qualified leads that are being sent over, weekly, monthly. When you get a little bit more granular there, what are some of the activities that seem to move that needle the most in the context of Badger Maps?
So for us, the most important thing is SEO. And when I say SEO, I mean search engine optimization. And by that, I basically mean Google falling as the top or one of the top few results on a Google search is probably the way that we get found the most. And second most is closely related, and that's SEM, so search engine marketing. So the ads that we lay on Google search. So you can type in, field sales routing app, and we'll have an ad there, and then we'll also be the top result. And the ad is SEM, the natural result is SEO, and those are the two most important things for us in terms of generating leads. And the reason for that is that someone that's typed in, sales routing app or scheduling software for field sales, whatever, however they describe the problem that we solve, that person is displaying that they have a intent to purchase. And this is why Google's a 300, however many $billion company now, and one of the most successful companies of the last 20 years is they. I used to work there. I'm not biased or anything. They're a fantastic company, and the reason is because they created this thing that people go to it and tell them the thing that they have an intent to purchase. They might show up and say, I'm interested, like Adidas shoes, and $725, and they're looking for Adidas shoes $725s, and or that is showing they're not looking that up because they are interested in when the first pair of Adidas shoes was made. They're doing that because they're interested in this particular brand of Adidas shoes, and probably because their shoes are worn out and they want to purchase another pair, or they clearly have an intent to purchase these shoes, and it's different than a Facebook lead. It's different than anything. A Facebook, like someone clicks through a Facebook ad about field sales application to make field salespeople more efficient, and we put a little ad on there. They don't really have an intent to buy. They were just kind of curious about, Oh, I'm in field sales. What's this field sales application? Oh, cool. I'm glad I know that exists. And then they go back to doing what they're doing. Whereas if someone goes to Google and searches for us, they have a much more far higher probability that they're going to actually land on our website and say, oh, that's interesting. Oh, that's the problem you solve? I would like to try that out. Oh, I can do a free trial? Fantastic. I'll sign up right now.
How long did it take, Steve, for you guys to start seeing legitimate results with SEO? I know that, the content marketing is something that it seems like, every B2B SaaS company is doing. And so with it being so saturated, it can just be hard to get to where, your particular result, you show up as, on the first page. Did it take you guys a long time? Were you early to the game? And because of that, you kind of reap the rewards of it?
Yeah, I mean, Google is not a perfect search engine, right? Like it takes time. Sometimes because something's just larger or more popular, it'll rank higher than you, or it's been there longer, it'll rank higher than you, even though you're exactly what it does. But it works pretty well, and it's a smart enough algorithm that it really does work. And so in time, if your website is the correct answer for a given thing, you will ultimately be among the top results. And how long did that take us? I mean, we started to have some limited success in about a year, and frankly, it's still getting better all the time. It's not. We haven't made it in the world of SEO yet. But for most of the searches that are if someone were to describe to Google most of the problems that we solve, we will come up as the answer. And a lot of times it is pretty specific, right? Like we won't show up if you type in. Well, I'd have to check it, but I don't think we would show up if you typed in field sales efficiency software. Certainly we wouldn't if you typed in sales efficiency software or sales effectiveness software, when really that's what we are. We help field salespeople be more successful in several ways, but you really kind of have to use the modifier of describing one of those ways for us to really show up at the top. Like you've got to say field sales routing software, field sales mapping software, scheduling app, lead generation for field sales. Like you've got to be pretty specific. CRM mapping software, things like that.
Which is great for you because it's driving super targeted traffic to your site, and so you know that people searching for that are the exact people that you want to be talking to.
Yeah, and there is a challenge if you're a startup. Like if a startup starts tomorrow and within 2 weeks they create a better field sales routing application than I have, I think that'd be hard. But hey, there's smart people out there, who knows? If they were to do that, they wouldn't beat me in the ranking for a long, long time. And that is a challenge, right? Like, so this does take time, and it takes heavy lifting, right? I mean, if I had $1 for every time, when we were first starting out, that I was up at 4 a.m. pounding out blogs, and well, I'd have at least $300.
Love it. I love it. Steve, this has been fantastic. I think this is super practical advice that a lot of people are going to get a ton of value from. If there's somebody, maybe they want to pick your brain further on this, or they want to learn more about Badger Maps, what's the best way for them to go about doing it?
Best way to reach out to me is via LinkedIn or via email. I'm steve@badgermapping.com. The best way to get a hold of the company is just go to our website. Just Google search Badger Map, or our website's badgermapping.com. But yeah, if someone's if you know any field salespeople, we've created a thing that lives on their iPhone or their computer that makes their lives easier and faster and does busy work for them, and people really, really seem to like it. So happy to help people out.
Love it. Awesome, Steve. Well, thank you so much for your time today, man. This has been fantastic.
James, one other thing I'd add. Yeah. If any of your listeners are interested in just when they call up, mention this podcast, and I'd be happy to give them a 2-month free trial of our products. They can, get just as a little benefit to your listeners here.
Absolutely. No, love it, Steve. Thank you so much, man. So, again, this has been great. And I know, it's going to add a ton of value to anyone listening. So thanks again for your time, Steve.
Thank you, James. Have a great one.
To ensure that you never miss an episode of the B2B Growth Show, subscribe to the show in iTunes or your favorite podcast player. This guarantees that every episode will get delivered directly to your device.
If you'd like to connect with B2B executives from all over the world, make sure to join our private Facebook community. There are some incredible conversations happening inside this group. To join, visit b2bgrowthshow.com/FB.
Thank you so much for listening. Until next time.